Do you guys remember that bamboozled switch that I said I might have found a way to fix? Well, here it is. So I ordered this little ribbon here from Ripped Traces, and we're going to install it, and hopefully these new little pads will replace these. Someone on a Facebook group said that this ribbon won't work for this board version. However, it didn't say anything on the site. It just said one size kind of fits all. So it looks like it's going to line up, but we'll find out. So I'm going to clean up this port as best as I can, and I'm also going to check to make sure there's no shorts around this M9 chip. To check this, I'm just probing around the chip and just seeing if any of these caps are shorted out. So we're going to get a tone on one side, but not a tone on the other side. If there's a tone on both sides, then we have a short and the chip needs to be replaced. After checking all those capacitors, there isn't any shorts. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that the chip isn't fried, but it's a good indication that it isn't. So I have the ribbon on the board, and now I just want to line up these filters. And I've noticed that the filter on the far right doesn't actually line up. So I might have to do a little bit of creative soldering, just put some wires on. But what I'm going to do is just solder one of these points over here, and that will be my anchor point to start. So usually when I put a port on, I heat it from the bottom, it melts the solder on top, you drop your port on, everything's great. But because this is a ribbon and it's actually not really attached to the board, it's just really close to the board, I don't think the heat's gonna transfer that well is what I'm trying to get at. So I'm gonna have to heat it from the top, which is what all the tutorials do. I try to avoid this though because there is plastic in the port itself, and I'm afraid I'm gonna melt the plastic and then damage the port. So I was hoping to film this whole process to show what I did. However, it was taking way too long, and I was trying to kind of be concerned of what I was doing and the camera angle. So I just turned off the camera, repositioned myself, and like immediately got that one on my first pass. I thought I had this one, ended up putting jumper wires on it, and then just put jumper wires on this one. Now I am not, nor have I ever claimed to be, very good at soldering. I usually tell people that I'm horribly average, but the one thing I am is persistent. So I will just keep working at something until I get it. One problem that we might have though is that on this side of the filter, there's no continuity going through it. That very well could just be my tips are in the wrong place. I'm getting continuity from this point to this point, and this point to the chip, but nothing in between. So hopefully that filter's okay. Because I really do not want to replace that. Maybe I could jump it, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Oh my God, it worked. I think. Now our last test is to see if it works on the dock. Okay, we get a green light. That's a good thing, but we have no video. Now I know what you're thinking is like, oh, remember that filter that you checked? Well, I already jumped that. While I was in it, I was like, you know what, might as well jump over this. I checked all the connections before doing this, and it's not working. So it might be the port itself. It might be the soldering on that ribbon itself. However, I don't think I'm going to get much better than this, unfortunately. I'm kind of bummed out I couldn't get the whole thing fixed, but I'll take it as a partial victory because originally I thought this was going to be completely dead and never used again. So I'll take this as a partial victory, not a complete victory, but it's better than when it came in. And again, this is a free repair. So save the consoles.